All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rachachrash, the honors to the apostles and those great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim. Walk with him, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. All right, this is going to be another quick video. I'm switching over to screen share. All right, I came across this earlier. All right, we're going to go into the audacity and the pride of Esau, the so-called white man. All right, there's a video, and I think I saw another brother do something about this. But there's an Edomite, a so-called white woman, telling an Israelite woman, a so-called Puerto Rican woman, that she's not wanted, that she can't sit next to her. Basically like the old so-called slavery days. All right, you hear Esau, the so-called white man, his kingdom, his final rulership is coming to a close, and you have those Edomites that have been alive for some time. They remember the good old glory days of America when you could lynch a nigga, when you could play pickaninny, all right, when you could when you could go slaying wetbacks and come home with a scalp and put it on the top of your door and be proud. But those days are coming to an end because the nation of Israel is rising up. All right, so I'm gonna let this play real quick because this Edomite woman, she made a bold statement. All right, and that's why I titled the video the way that I did. Esau, the so-called white man, thinks that one day he will exterminate us, but that's not going to happen. That's not the way that the story goes. You reading the book backwards. All right, if you read the book the right way, from beginning to end, we win. All right, you Edomites, Esau is not going to exterminate Israel. Israel will exterminate Esau. All right, so let me let this play. Let me turn the clip up because she's going to say something. So she was talking to the Israelite woman. She said, well, the Israelite woman said, that's never going to happen, right? And the Edomite woman, she said, I'm going to let it play again. I'll read the subtitles. It said, oh, it's going to happen. You will be wiped out. Trust me, with a bold and proud little stout, snappy attitude. Right there, yep. So Esau actually believes in their heart that, one day they're going to get rid of us. And that's just not how it's going to happen. That's not how the story goes. All right. You're not getting rid of us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're getting rid of you. All right. After you go into slavery and serve your time, your people will cease from being here on this earth, and the rest of your heathen homies is going to be our slaves for all the rest of eternity. All right. That's how this story ends. You're not going to get rid of us. All right, you kill us and we multiply. We don't die. We multiply. You kill one Jake, four more gonna bust up in their place. All right, so this is so like this is. I'm gonna get this real quick. Jeremiah 31 and 35. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea." When the waves are uproar, the Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of all the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. So Esau, that's the challenge that the Most High has presented you with. If you really want to exterminate us, you got to get rid of the sun, get rid of the moon, fully explore outer space, explore every jungle, explore all the depths in every inch of the ocean, and you're not capable of doing that. Therefore, you will never get rid of us. All right, we're going to get rid of you, parasites, you bunch of demons. That's a proud statement. Shouldn't she sitting there and hold up, man? Let me take it back. This old bum ass, fucking broke bitch, whack ass looking ass Edomite, fucking look like somebody let their grandma at the bus stop and her ass wandered into a damn restaurant joint. Look at her. What you gonna do, Esau? You what? Your nephews and your grandsons, y'all gonna get in the back of your Ford F-150 and come shooting through the neighborhood? That's how you're gonna take us down. It's not going down like that. All right, the Most High is gonna allow you to do your last little piece of shit attack here during Jacob's trouble and martial law. And then what? The elect is going to be raised up. Yahushua HaMashiach is going to return. The angels are going to be there. All right. The archangels is going to be there. And we're going to get rid of y'all. We're going to beat the throne out of your hands, put you in slavery. And then after that slavery, we're going to destroy you. All right. You're never going to get rid of us. And really, even though in this Jeremiah, it says this, if those ordinances departed, then would Israel be done away? Is basically is we're never going to be done away. All right. That's why all these big impossible things were mentioned. The sun's going to be there forever. The moon is going to be there forever. So is the nation of Israel. You're not getting rid of us, Esau. All right. So let's actually, according to scripture, we're going to get what's going to actually happen to you devils. All right. Because she doesn't read her Bible if she knows how to read. Because obviously she ain't came across Obadiah. All right, this is Obadiah chapter 1. I'm going to jump down to verse, start at verse 17. It says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So that's your lot. We're gonna wipe y'all out. We're gonna wipe Susie out. We're gonna wipe Betty out. We're gonna wipe what's some more honky names, man? We're gonna wipe Chad out. All of y'all are going to get exterminated. You're not getting rid of us. You can't do it physically, or you can't do it through reproductive means. The Edomite men, y'all can't even get y'all things up properly and get them to work to produce children. Jacob have a kid by accident, drunk, and sleep, and still out reproduce you, damn devils. You're not getting rid of us. We've been here from the beginning, and we're not going anywhere except into everlasting salvation. All right, the wicked of our people is going to die, but even after that, they're going to come back and be righteous. All right, our whole nation is going to be righteous. And when that happens, we're never going to sin again. So we're never going to die. We're never going to go off. We'll never be brought back down to this position. Therefore, you Edomites will no longer have a reason to exist. The only reason why the so-called white man was in existence was to be a punishment unto the Israelites for going off. Once we stop going off, you will cease from existence. Your purpose will have been expired. All right. You're like a fucking bottle of water in the desert. You drink it when it's hot, you throw the damn bottle off to the side, you're done. All right. Verse Obadiah. Or that's good on that. All right, now let me get, because Esau, that's crazy talk. I really I could just close the book, but I'm gonna get a couple more. But it shows you the pride that these devils have. All right, here it is. You've been doing the whole world wrong for all these hundreds of years, and you're still in that proud state. You don't feel any sort of shame, any sort of sadness. You got a handful of devils here and there that might feel sorry, but the mass majority of these devils, they still hate us. All right. In videos like this, there should be no reason why none of our people love Esau after a video like that comes to the public view. They hate us. They hate you. It doesn't matter if your girlfriend is so-called white or Edomite. It doesn't matter if your best friend you grew up with was an Edomite. They hate us. This the words that she said. These are the conversations that they have in the closed doors of their homes. This is truly how the so-called white man feels about the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. That's why she felt so liberated. She felt no harm in saying it to Spick's face in public. All right. And I said Spick because I can. All right, now this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 6. It says, reward her even as she hath rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. And this is addressed to Babylon, the great harlot, because it tells you up in the earlier verses in which that harlot today is modern day America, all right, Babylon, and the rulers of America is you Edomites, you devils. So this is referring to you, all right, double unto you. You had us in slavery approximately, 500 years. You've been whooping on us, so we're gonna get you for a G, a full 1,000, all right. We're gonna have you in slavery for double the amount of time in which you had us for slavery. And then after that, that Obadiah is going to kick in. You're going to be exterminated with fire. The so-called niggas that you hate, the so-called spics that you hate, they're going to combine, join together as one and get rid of you collectively. All right. Verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's the way that a lot of these devils feel. All right. Even though their economy is going down, their country's going to poopy poop, a lot of them still believe in that America dream, make America great again with Donald Trump. But that's not going to happen. You're not going to sit as a queen forever. You're going to get stomped and marched through. World War III will come to the shores of America and rock its foundations. All right. When you devils go down, we're going to rise up in your ashes. This is the beginning time prophecy. Genesis chapter 25, Jacob and Esau. Esau, let me get the second address. I was going to get something else first, but let me just get that second address. Because obviously, Esau, y'all don't know how prophecy works. All right. You so-called white devils, you don't understand how biblical prophecy works. We go up and y'all go down. It's not the other way around. All right, the Most High ain't dealing with y'all. Y'all are nothing but tools. All right, this is second Esdras, chapter 6. Let's see. What was that? Chapter 6, I'll start at verse 8. And it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. So Jacob, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's who they would go on to be known as today. And Esau, the so-called white man, and all forms of white people, so-called Europeans, all the European whites, all the American whites, all right, as they would go on to be called today. Let's see, were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. So when our forefathers was born, Esau came out first, and Jacob came out behind him, clutching his heel, which would represent what? Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so Esau, in his rulership, he's going to bring nothing but death and destruction, and eventually the collapse of the so-called known world. And Jacob is going to bring a new beginning and institute everlasting peace. Even though we're going to have you monsters in slavery, we're still going to have all the world in peace. We're not going to jack the earth up like how y'all jack the earth up. We're not going to pollute outer space and the water. All right. We're not going to go around being demons for no reason. If we're giving you hell, it's because you deserve it. And we're not going to destroy our own natural habitat in the process like you do. But we have to be wiped out. If you wipe us out, who's going to work? Who's going to feed you devils? Who's going to put the napkin on your lap at your punk ass restaurants? All right, who's going to get the grass cut? Who's going to be working the construction? Who's going to be pulling the damn asbestos out of your collapsed buildings? Who's going to be doing all the electrical work? All right, who's going to be in the factories putting your cars together? If you since y'all gonna just wipe us out, since Esau, since you're so great of a person, y'all can just do everything yourself. Here it is, you built this country off of our labor and backs, but now since you have that at a certain level, now we got to go. It doesn't work like that. Y'all are going to be exterminated. All right. Verse 9 again says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the hill and the hand of the question Esdras asked thou not. So that's the time period that we're in. We're in the time period of Jacob about to pull down Esau by his heel. That's why you're seeing us with your women as much as that. She hates seeing that. Let me take it back on her. Whenever she sees a so-called Israelite man, a Negro, Latino, a Native American with a lily white little devil, that she gets to slobbering, teeth clenched up, probably ready to throw a rock. Let me take it back and play it again. And you know what? Even though she was saying all this stuff to this Because we're better than you devils. You treat us like doo-doo and like crap, and we still try to get along and be halfway decent to you. She was doing all this stuff to this Israelite woman. This Israelite woman was being calm and polite and just going along with it. But let us do some stuff. Let us do something to y'all. Y'all gonna have the cops there. You gonna have us get our heads kicked in. We're just better than you at everything. All right. We're better than you. We're better than you at everything. We're even better at losing and sucking than you. We're better at being garbage than you devils are, man. We're in this lowest state getting shitted on, and we're still better than you devils, man. Look at that. She said, I wish for a world for my children and my children's children to never worry about this stuff. And that world is coming soon. It's coming very soon, where Israelite children won't have to be worried about devils or heathens messing with them. All right, it tells you in Isaiah, if our children will be playing with wild animals without fear or regard. All right, our gates will be open continually. You don't have to make sure your kids are home by 7 before the lights turn on the street, so they don't get killed or kidnapped by some pedophile cracker. You will be wiped out. We gonna see. We shall see. Oh, you know what was that? Hang on. What does it say? It says man goes on vile, racist rant, forcing his victim to change seats. It's probably another devil going in. You Esau, you're a joke. That's why everything you do is a joke. So this lady's telling me that all right, I'm gonna get these last couple scriptures and I'll close it. Isaiah, was it 14? Because we're gonna absolutely, yep. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 22 says, "For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord." So we're gonna get rid of all of you devils. We're gonna get rid of you devils. We will get rid of you, you Babylonians, you Egyptians, you Edomites, you Idumeans, you Greeks, you Romans. All right, since you're everything, everybody in the world. All right, you the last samurai, you the last of the Mohicans, you the last cowboy, you the last man stranded in Antarctica. We're going to get rid of you. Thus saith the Bible. It was read in Obadiah. What else more do you want? There's plenty more scriptures. Oh, you know what? Actually, you just reminded me of you damn devils. You just brought it back to my memory. In Numbers, I'll close it on this one because now this is taking it way back, way back. Even a heathen saw us getting over you. A gook, so-called Asian, saw us overtaking. All right. Numbers chapter 24, verse 19, it says, out of Jacob, or no, I'm gonna start 18. It says, and Edom shall be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. So we're going to possess you. Edom, Esau is a so-called white man, if you didn't know, according to the scriptures. All right, this is the name that the Most High placed upon you. Esau, Edom. Esau is Edom, is a so-called white man. It says we're going to possess you, and we're going to possess Seir, which is the mountain, the area that you didn't, which is where you claim to be yours, which is where you come from. All right, Mount Petra, the Caucasus Mountains, as I like to call it today. We're going to possess you and everything. All right. It says, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth in the city. And when he looked on Amalek, and Amalek is one of the head tribes of the nation of Edom, says he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. All right, and it says that Amalek is the first of nations. You devils, you were the first ones to try to come kill us and attack us when we were being led out of Egypt. When we just got out of slavery, you were the first ones to come up against us. So for that, it says what? That he perished, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So you devils are going to perish forever. And if we're going to take out your head tribe, we're going to take out all of you. So if you just want to say, oh, that's for the whole nation of Israel. I mean, that's for the whole nation of Esau, Edom. We're going to take out your head tribe. We're going to take out all the rest of you. Every last single one of you devils will be wiped out. Trust me. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, give honors to the apostles, and the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim, walk, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say shalom.